ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on Wellsday. We are back after 2 weeks. Michał was absent. So I'm smiling today because I can see you, Michał. And we will be talking about the power of smile today. But first of all, I would like to ask you, where have you been and why we had 2 weeks gap?
Why, why we had 2 weeks gap? Yeah, you can blame me.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yes, so I was absent. I was traveling for the past couple of weeks, and I went to back to Poland, visit my friends, visit my family, and do a little bit of say gig on my side as well. Um, and yeah, we'll be talking about power of smile today, and it's the conversation inspired a little bit by my trip back to Poland, and I
Mhm.
noticed a lot of differences in how people interact with each other
Mhm.
compared to New Zealand, and how much more smile I can see in New Zealand on the streets, in restaurants, and in general life. So that's the as an inspiration for today. Um, just like a quick note from a restaurant because that's what struck me the most. Went to a couple of restaurants in Poland, like in Warsaw, and when you sit down and there's the waiter or waitress coming in and say, "Good morning, here's your menu. Um, would you like some water or something?" Like it strips you of joy immediately, and
Mhm.
that happened to me a couple of times. It's not just once. Once happened to me that there was a waiter who greeted us with a smile and said, "This is our menu. This is this. I can recommend you." Blah blah blah. And it was like we connected like almost immediately. But in other instances, it was like just sucking up energy immediately in the place
Mhm.
where you want to feel joy. Yeah, so that I'm not saying that it's everywhere in Poland and all restaurants are bad. Absolutely not.
But
But
it's mostly common, right?
it was quite common, and I could see the pattern of that people and coming back to New Zealand, I was in Wellington yesterday, hence my background as well from Wellington. Got back today, and went to a restaurant for dinner, and people smiling, people greeting you immediately. It's just a place you want to be in, and
Mhm.
uh, it does make a difference.
Totally right. And not only to your personal life, but also to your business and life as well. When you
Mm.
when you are um, crowded with people who are smiling at work, it makes a totally different working culture and atmosphere in the workplace.
Yeah, well, smile is contagious, right?
Yeah,
So if
that's
you're
right.
smiling, other people will smile at you. Or maybe not in, as I said again, if it's something that you see in New Zealand, Australia, people just walking on the streets and smiling, and it's
Hmm.
natural. If you do the
Hmm.
same in Warsaw, for example, you just walk around the streets and you smile, people will think that you're crazy, right? So it's contagious, but not in every instances. But
Hmm.
in business life, the two things actually. One is that it is contagious, so it's in a good way helps to create a culture of say positivity. But also what I've learned, and this is the article that I've read recently about the power of smile, is that smiling in a business relationship can also make you feel or be perceived as more confident.
And
So
successful.
and successful as well because of the confidence, I guess,
Hmm.
that you
Hmm.
have when you smile. But it does make a difference, and it's all about those assumptions and perception, um, and biases as well. Because just because you're smiling doesn't mean that you're confident and successful. It's the bias that we have. But it's a good bias for us if we are the smiling ones, right?
Yeah, and you look more approachable and in many examples where when marketing activities use, for example, famous people, they're usually smiling because they're more approachable and everybody, or that's the aim of marketing, and that everybody should should want to be those people that are seen on the billboards and so on, or on the internet.
Mm.
Nobody wants to be sad, right? Because being sad,
You don't
it
want to
means
sell
something
stuff.
is wrong. Yeah. I when I moved to Asia more than 2 years ago, because right now it's year number 3 that it's going on for me. It was a total difference between Poland and Thailand, because in Thailand you've got a smiling person. I mean, smiling atmosphere for granted. You wake up and everybody's smiling. You go to the
Mm.
grocery store and everybody's smiling, even if you've got mm, some problems on the street while, for example, driving a motor. But I, before, I mean, not the accident way, in a accidental way, but
Mm.
somebody's turning or um, turning the wrong direction. So, for example, a Thai person will not start to argue with you or shouting at you, but they will usually put their hand into the traditional Thai way, smile at you, and say "Sorry,
Sorry.
ka." So yeah, so it's very nice because when you smile, you're more flexible with your emotions, and the tension is lower. So the whole negative energy goes away. I mean, almost disappears. You also learn how to run smoothly with your day life. The parcel is slowed down by the courier. Okay, it's fine. It will finally be delivered. Uh,
Mm.
in Thailand, when you order something, the quality of service uh, in the food restaurants or food shops, it's not very high. Usually, they will mix something up with your order, but you say, okay, it happens. Please bring me again, and so on. So when you smile a lot, or you live in a smiley environment, you start to be more calm,
Mhm.
uh, and your
Yeah.
reactions are softer. So you are more tender to other people. You are softer to other people,
Mm.
and you are softer to yourself as well. You don't blame yourself so much for some small mistakes
Yeah.
and so on. So I think it brings a lot of joy and a lot of softness to your life, which results that it makes your lives easier, a lot of much easier. Yeah.
Mm. I would, you said the word soft. I would replace it to into the word kind. Like if you smile, you're more kind to yourself and you're kind to others as well.
Mm,
I think.
yep.
I know
It
what you
can
mean
be
by
used.
soft, but I just like thinking
It's,
like,
but I
wow,
didn't mean using a soft word. Wasn't I didn't mean that you are weak or something. It doesn't
yeah,
correlate.
exactly.
It's not about being weak. It's about being, yeah, let's say kind, or you've
I
got a
think that's just an
soft
important
approach to the other
distinction.
people, not a harsh approach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that that's important to say what we mean by the word soft in that
Mm,
case. Just as you explained, it's not
mm.
a weakness to say have a soft approach to other people.
I think
But yeah, but
being kind to other people is actually your strength, because
mm,
usually you've got a situation that it's under high pressure. When you're more flexible with your emotions, or you try to tone the emotions to maintain the healthy level of emotions during, for example, the negotiations or co-working with your colleagues or with your subcontractors, it's much easier to solve out all the problems,
mm,
not to fight to the first blood. So yeah, that the smile can bring you a lot of joy and a lot of comfort. And yeah, I see that you want to add something.
yeah, because I'm just thinking like, not to derive from or bring back the conversation a little bit, because I'm thinking of a smile. We can talk about it for probably hours again. I'm just
No, no,
thinking
no.
from a
Let's
well-being
not do this.
perspective. No, let's not do this.
Mhm,
But more from well-being perspective, and
mhm,
this is Wellsday. So we want. I think it's important to say, yeah, smiling is good. Smiling can bring you kindness, and it can help you as well to be more, say, the soft approach. But also, And there are research that simply smiling can relieve stress, it can relieve pain, like
That's
physical
right.
pain, because smiling is like tricking your brain. So if you
That's right.
smile, and you know this, but when you smile, it sends triggers to your brain, and your brain produces all this great stuff like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, etc., uh, which can help release stress, up your mood, and it doesn't mean that you need to smile for the whole day and just like be like this. But having those small, let's say, or short session of smiling and being conscious about it can help you consciously manage your own emotions and your own mood and your stress levels as well. And the funnest part, which I just love this example, is that you can fake it and your brain doesn't know that you're faking your smile.
Hmm.
And the most, I think, um, popular or well-known example, I think, was from actually the prisoners. One of the researchers gave the prisoners and just pencils or something to stuck in their faces or mouths, which means it triggers your face to smile. And it's a fake smile, it's not natural. But just because of that, and I'm not sure how much they need to hold it for, like was it a minute or two, but it helped to up their mood or increase their mood levels. And this
Mm.
is what happens. And I did that myself. It looks stupid. It feels stupid at the beginning, but it does work. Just a couple of minutes with a pencil or pen in your mouth smiling naturally, and you have no choice. You need to smile because that's what it is, and your mood elevates really.
Mm. Yeah,
Did you
so
do
if
that
you,
before? Or
no,
have you
I
done that
haven't
before?
tried this, but I'm very well known of laughter yoga because we run
Right.
exercises with and sessions with laughter yoga, and it aims to form a group of people from your company, and it can be done stationary online. And this session can take at least, I mean, a minimum at least 30 minutes, but it's usually run up to 1 hour. And the instructor of laughter yoga introduces some kind of um, laughing exercises
Mm.
that aim to trick your brain to run it into the face of laughing face, smiling face, and laughing face to activate all the muscles, not only the muscles of your jaw, but also the muscles of your abdominal muscles that are responsible also for the
Mm.
air circulation and blood circulation. Um, and also helps the brain to release all the endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin as well, which results in lowering the blood pressure.
Mm.
Um as you said before, this is very helpful. It's very easy to produce. I think the biggest barrier is our mental barrier regarding that we are going to, for example, if you decide to do the laughter yoga or this jaw exercise, as you said with the pencil, is our mental blockade that, come on, I will look stupid. So it's like a self assessment that I'm doing something stupid, it's not serious, and so on, but it works.
Mm.
And from the medical field, it's proven in the when you're giving birth, and you can, for example, choose the laughter gas instead of the normal painkillers during the giving birth process in the hospital, because
Mm.
it releases the pain that is felt during the at this stage. Also, laughter decreases the time needed to the body recovery. So there are certain things that we can do by ourselves, or even that you can implement in the company, uh,
Mm.
practically effortless. And it can really change the attitudes of the colleagues and the whole atmosphere in the workplace, which is really fine.
And this is amazing because simple things as just smiling, but consciously smiling, can have so many great effects on your body. It's like just through smiling, as I said, you can lower your blood pressure. You can those serotonin and dopamine and all the other good things flowing from
Mm.
on neurotransmitters in your brain. Simple act as just smiling. This is amazing. And
It's
I'll
yeah, and
say, like, it, of course, it depends probably in your cultural content, context, and where you're at. And maybe in countries where you don't have so much sunlight, it's a little bit more difficult. Uh, but it's still possible. Like my mom, for example, is the most and the happiest person in the world, and she smiles all the time. Like you really rarely see her not smiling, and that's so she's just a good example. It is possible to smile in Poland for the whole time. She's not
I
taking any
believe it
drugs, by the
is. I believe it is. I believe Poles can smile a lot, but it requires some circumstances that are appropriate uh, to make it easier. To make it easier, we don't have it in common to smile a lot on a daily basis, but it really makes a difference. I'm right now in Vietnam. As I said, 2 weeks ago, that I will change the country from Thailand to Vietnam for some holidays, and I'm in Da Nang, so therefore I've changed the background in my video.
way.
And Vietnamese people are very similar to Polish people. Nevertheless, they are Asians, right? South Asians,
Mm.
because they don't smile at the first hand when you meet them on the street. They're focused on their jobs. They are very focused. They're working hard,
Reserved.
and Polish people are working hard as well in Poland.
Mm.
So the culture is totally different. Maybe it's due to the historical background because Vietnamese people had really bad history. Uh, they had uh, they had Vietnamese War. They had a French occupation for 96 years till 1954. So almost 1 century under foreign occupation.
Mm.
Two Vietnam wars after, still a communism. But this communism that I experience here is totally different that we know from the Central Eastern Europe. It's like I would say it's like a plush communism, a plush like a toy. Yeah, it's plushy. I mean, they've got all the Western brands. They've got all the premium Western brands as well, including cars, clothes, and everything. But still, when you look at the faces of Vietnamese people, the first thing you will see is the focus and the tiredness. I think uh,
Mm.
totally opposite when comparing to the Thai people. When you see smile, they smile on the. This is the smiling is their first hand attitude approach
Like
when you
natural
approach.
face expression.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I really like this Thailand approach, and it makes your day really enjoyable. Nevertheless, the
Mm.
weather and nevertheless the duties you have to do during the day. It's going to the shop, you or riding a bike, eating somewhere, anywhere, restaurant, food, street food, or somewhere else. You're always crowded and surrounded by smiles. It's very
Mm.
nice. It's like a soft, let's say, maybe not psychotherapy, but something between.
It has some psychological effect, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can understand. I can see what you mean by that because yeah, you go to shops here and even in New Zealand, or simple things like ordering coffee and someone smiles at you. Um, that just it's just so kind and so nice, and you want to live in that environment. So yeah, I'd say maybe we can just bring it up to a closure and a summary of this short entry or a video. What would be your, or is there anything that you wanted to talk about else from this power of smile perspective?
Start smiling every day. Begin with yourself. By days, I mean find at least one thing during the day that you're proud of or makes you comfortable, uh, that you can smile for. For
Mm.
example, you drank a good coffee. You've read a part of have the page of the book. You run a bit for 10 minutes. Doesn't matter. Mm, make yourself proud of, have a good time, worthy time, and reward yourself with a smile. That's a good start.
And that's a good summary. I think
Okay,
I'll just add to it, try to smile. Everything what Prem just said, yep, absolutely.
go to
And
Thailand.
go to Thailand, go to other places where people smile naturally all the time. But I'd say things like laughter yoga or the things with the pencil, I'd say don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah,
It sounds weird, it sounds stupid. Give it a go. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I think we both are the example of that smiling is working. I say we see the benefits of smile
that's
every
right.
day. So I'll encourage everyone to do it on a daily basis in your personal life and also in the business and professional settings. As we said, it's contagious and it can just improve the culture of the workplace.
That's right. Uh, Therefore, have a very smiley Wellsday. Pass it on. And thanks for joining us today for this express episode. This is something new we are trying out. If you like the shorter version of Wellsdays, let us know. Maybe it's more approachable.
All right. Take care. See you next
You
Wednesday.
and don't forget to give us a thumb up and subscribe. I thought that you will say it, Michał, but okay, you must.
No, see, I tried last time and I don't think it landed.
Okay, okay. Take care, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.
Right. See ya.